Good evening, Mr. Mayor and committee members. My name is Carola Beasley Topliff. I reside at 70 Foundry Street in Manchester. I come this evening to affirm the Manchester School District's diversity and equity policies established in 2021. I do so in light of the great amount of misinformation and misunderstanding that seems to have emerged around these concepts in today's world, particularly when the term DEI is used. But what is DEI actually? I understand it to be an approach to participation that values first diversity, recognizing that people have different backgrounds, abilities, and life experiences, all of which can contribute to the life of society, and in particular to a school or classroom. Recognizing and celebrating these various perspectives is actually a very important part of education. It was not as recognized when I was a child, and many voices and perspectives were left out of my education, which I had to learn later in life. But I'm glad that students today are exposed to others' experiences early on in order to develop understanding and empathy. Equity simply means that everyone has equal and appropriate access to services and opportunities based on their needs and diverse abilities. And inclusion simply recognizes that the diversity in our society and schools should be reflected in the activities, leadership, and learning that are presented. I think these are values that are worth upholding. And so I applaud the school district for recognizing and respecting the diversity and needs of its students and their families in order to foster a climate that maximizes the benefits of that diversity. And I'm glad that the district is committed to equity and the success of every student, so that all students in Manchester schools may benefit from the safe and respectful learning environment, recognizing the historical and societal factors that may contribute to inequity. And by the way, in case you didn't recognize those last two observations are taken from your diversity and equity policies. And once again, I support these and their full implementation, and I'm glad to live in a school district that is proactive in these matters for the sake of our children's, our cities, and our nation's future. Thank you.
Representative Susan Krishek.
I appreciate what the last speaker said. Hello, Mr. Mayor and School Board. First thing I want to do is stand up and applaud you for all of the hard work that you have done for our school. You are the best, and I wanted you to know that I appreciate it very, very much. These school board members know what they are doing, and many have done it for several years and understand what is happening within our public schools. Our children are not the same as the children that we were. Their brains have developed differently since they've been on screens since they were toddlers. Their attention spans are short. The school board has been working with principals, teachers, and paraprofessionals to make things work for the type of students that are sitting in front of them every day. And to cut this budget while they kept it under the cap is despicable. I was a teacher for 31 years in Title I schools in Manchester. I want them to succeed. And these people sitting here are the ones that can make that happen. And with all due respect, Mr. Mayor, it is not you, sir, nor the alderman that should be doing this. The superintendent and her assistants are working very closely with the members of this board, and the amount of distrust that there is from you and others on the aldermanic board is disturbing and unfounded, and it needs to stop. That's all. That's the way to break up a community, not to pull it together. before anything else we do in this city and state. We must focus on our children. Other issues will improve if we take care of our children. Thanks for your time.
Christy Cantor.
Good evening. Thank you. Chrissy Cantor, Alderman in Ward 6, concerned citizen, and a mother of 2 amazing daughters. On the board, last time I asked, have you changed your policies to align with the presidential executive orders? And the answer was yes. And Jen Schmiel said yes. And that was not the truth. And the truth with the changing the identity, the title of diversity, equity, and inclusion, just his title, that's the only difference. So teaching our children to lie is unacceptable. We should be having a really good moral compass, and to come before people and to blatantly lie, mislead people, when, you know what, if you're fine with what you're doing behind closed doors, you should be fine to say it to the public. Honestly, we need 100% honesty, and it's important. And to keep things from the parents in Manchester is unacceptable. I can't believe you think it's okay. So I guess my mind-blowing thing is, there's so much beautiful diversity in the city. From when I was 10, 11, 12, I was one of the most brown kids in school. And now there's even more colors, more cultures, and everything. So to push this divide, and it is a divide, it's a complete divide. And I wanted to know if you guys received the Wheel of Power and Privilege pamphlet. Did you guys receive the survey, and did you take it? So I took it, and I'm definitely not privileged. I'm definitely not privileged. But I guess I can identify as anything I really want to, which is actually not the truth, which is crazy. So we're just dividing our children up and making them feel bad about themselves, and it's just not okay to body shame people, to have to circle what you identify as. I mean, some of these words I had to look up. I'm like, all right, I have ADHD. Okay, so where do I align on one of these categories? This is insanity. And for you to think it's okay is
30 seconds.
unacceptable to me. But on another note, when we lie, we teach the children it's okay to lie. Not good. And Malcolm X actually said, let me pull it up exactly. Malcolm X, as I quote him, the white liberal is the worst enemy to America and the worst enemy to the black man. So I think you should rethink your whole diversity, equity, and inclusion, because it's not including anyone, and it's also dividing us up. And we need strong leadership in the truth. Thank you.
Has Arnold Nicole arrived?
Okay, yep, so that's the next part. So is there anybody else present that wishes to speak? Please, come forward.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Callie Rojas. I live at 169 Pine Street. Hello, all. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for letting me come and speak. I do apologize for running a little bit late to make the list. However, the Google definition of the Wheel of Power is a visual tool illustrated how different social identities can be associated with varying degrees of power and privilege within a society. Says who? If we left segregation in the past, then why are we telling individuals that they are limited? My father is the first of his 10 siblings who came to America from Colombia. He is proud to be an American and blessed to have achieved the American dream. He worked hard his whole life and has now retired from a company that he has worked for over 25 years. He has college degrees, certificates, and a pension. According to this wheel standard, he should be large, homeless, poor, with an elementary education. This is blatant racism. I'm proud of him and also proud of my mother, who is white, yet has never received any handouts or privilege. What does that make someone like me? Where would I fall on this model? I am not a victim, I am a victor because I'm a child of the Most High God, and I am proud of it. I am blessed, and I was raised to believe that only the limitations set are by myself. I can achieve anything I set my mind to with hard work, determination, dedication, and sacrifice. Teaching our children that they are less than able based on their gender, language, skin color, wealth, and housing is disgusting and despicable. This same group sitting here has turned down having the 10 Commandments in schools and teaching our children about the Founding Fathers Memorial, when these would in fact instill basic, loving, humane principles and hope and faith to achieve the impossible. It is very disappointing seeing some of you sitting in these positions supporting this. Are you too privileged? Are you too powerful? Should the white people in this room be asked to step down in the name of social acceptance and equal justice? The fact that this was only revealed through exposure, saying it was only for the teachers, makes it even worse. For a district that already faces high levels of bullying, this just creates more room for division. Let's teach our kids to be kind and respectful to everybody rather than marginalizing them based on where they fall on a made-up wheel. I don't know your stories, I don't know your lives, but I'm sure you are proud of your journeys and the hard work that it has gotten you all to get here today. Remember that and set an example for the kids of Manchester. This is a beautiful, diverse city where opportunity is available to all who want it and are willing to work for it. I know you believe what you are doing and pushing is righteous, but please consider all of the parents who do not. Let us teach our children to rise above any adversity and believe that the sky is the limit, not that they are doomed to fail or be less than because of who they are.
Time.
Thank you, and may God bless you all, and may God bless Manchester. And I would like to end with the scripture, 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. This is the power that we all have through Jesus Christ. Thank you all.
I've been informed that Arnold Mikolo has arrived.
Yeah, so he was signed up earlier?
Yeah.
Okay. Arnold, please come forward.
State your address, please, Arnold.
Sir, just hold the microphone for you.
This way? Okay. All right, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak in front of you today. My name is Arnold Mikolo, and I'm a Manchester resident, and I'm here today representing the Manchester NAACP. I just want to clarify the recent event by saying that there has been significant discussion regarding a packet of material originally intended for teacher professional development that was inadvertently shared with our parents and, in one instance, with students. Excuse me. It's crucial to clarify that these materials were not part of the student's curriculum, but rather designed for staff training and to help educators better understand and address the diverse needs of our students. The district has acknowledged this mistake and taken steps to ensure that that does not happen again. So why does equity and inclusion really matters in this case? Manchester is a diverse community with students coming from a wide range of racial, ethnic, economic, and linguistic backgrounds. Our district's equity policy makes it clear that every student deserves an equitable access to high quality and education. Regardless of their background, that includes white students as well. The policy has also made it clear that the responsibility for addressing disparity rests with us, the adults. Ignoring the difference among our students, whether related to race, ethnicity, ability, language, or personality, does not make us those differences disappear. Instead, it denies the reality of our community and the lived experiences of our children. Why is it important to have this honest discussion and dialogue? The materials in question address personality dimensions in social dynamic, not to divide, but to help educators and recognize, support the unique strength and changes each student bring to the classroom. As the NAACP and many educational experts emphasizing, embraces our differences, even when, So equity and inclusion effort are not about labeling and ranking students, but about ensuring that every student develop an understanding who they are and has the support, the opportunity needed to succeed.
30 seconds.
These include targeted support for students from low income, English language learners, and disabilities groups that are well represented in Manchester and have historically faced barriers to academic achievement, as well represented in Manchester, and to an extent they has indeed been excluded. So in conclusion, I urge the board to remain steadfast in its commitment to equity and inclusion. These efforts are not about political time. They are about preparing every Manchester student for success in college, career, and life. Let's continue to lead with honesty, courage, and willingness to embrace the full diversity of our community. Thank you.
Camille and then Ms. Georges. Both Ms. Georges.
Good evening. My name is Camille Craffey. I live in Rimmon Heights. I am here because on April 26th, I sent a very specific question to the Ward 6 member of this board via email. I have still yet to receive any communication back. My email, to give you a synopsis, is why is it that this wheel of equity and inclusion and power and privilege is being taught to 8th grade students? It is very alarming to me as a Marine Corps veteran that has learned nothing but the term, "we are all green," that this is a very divisive piece of paper, okay? There's even a portion in this packet that says, if you say you don't see color, then you are expressing a microaggression. Is that not where we wanted to be? Is that not part of Dr. Martin Luther King's message, right? To judge someone by the content of their character, not the color of their skin? So let me explain something to you about being in a military barracks. We are all there for one thing, and that's the mission. You could come from another country and get your citizenship. I've had many brothers and sisters that have come from other countries and gained citizenship through their service to the United States Marine Corps. You could be of any color, any class, anything. And when you step on those yellow footprints at Parris Island, you are all the same. And might I add, we are all equally as worthless until we've earned our right to call ourselves Marines. It's a rebirth of sorts that has absolutely shaped me as a human, but also has made it extremely hard to reintegrate to civilian life. When I left the Marine Corps, I was shocked that the general public is still really wrapped up in racism. There is absolutely no reason to treat others differently. This is America. If you work hard, you can be whatever it is that you would like to be. It is also very alarming to me that the superintendent has nothing to say about the memo that went out stating to parents, stating to hide these types of materials from parents, not to release this to the public. And let me just say this, My son is 6 years old, and I have always taught him that anyone who asks you to lie to your parents is not a good person and is a bad person. And we call that a predator. So asking children in a classroom to keep what they've been taught by teachers from their parents is predatory and grooming behavior. If there's nothing to hide, why are you hiding it? Speak to the parents. It's the law.
Mary George.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you to be here again, and thank you for your work. I think so. I live in Manchester for 33 years. My first child born here in Manchester is 31 years old. My daughter, when he was in Webster, there is a teacher at 3rd grade. So show her that because there was just the only one black kids inside the class. And at the time, the teacher, at the 3rd grade, the teacher, 3rd or 2nd grade, told her she was a black, and there was a black and white, and she was the only one. And she been in school just the only one black most until when become at the middle school and the central. But the things what I want to say, being in the State House, I already see there is a lot of a division. The leadership we are now is to show us who we are. We cannot hiding, we cannot do anything to say for the kids or what. This is what I can say because myself, being a black woman inside the State House, sometimes I feel myself, I just open my mouth. It's true, somebody can say that. You see that? But we are accept. And I know they don't want to for DR again. They want to just like abolish the change, like the change for the minority to say access for health, because they don't want to say minority for inclusion or something. There is something happen. Is a time, I think so, all of us, we can say what to do, even at school, or to tell the teacher, but it's not to blame people, but we need to understand each other. If really we understand what there is, if we understand there is a racism, if we understand there is something happen, is the time for us to say, like we call the Bible say, love each other. We love each other. One of now is not about the color, because Jesus didn't come for the color of what. It's all of us, we are one. The blood is the blood. When we die, all of us, we're going to go to one. When we die, all of us, we're going to go to one place. It's not going to say like a white going to be in heaven and another one. No. Just if you're going to the heaven, you go to the hell, you're going to go to hell. But we are now here. There is a problem. How we can help each other to fix each other, because I know the problem is coming very much. It's too much. And almost the decision they are taking at the State House is almost is just ready against, like it's not good for us, for immigrants or people of color or something. I don't know. But I thank you. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Please. Sorry, Sue. We'll have you come up next.
Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing today? So many smiling faces here.
Make sure you state your name, please.
Oh, sorry. My name is
And
Sarah
your
Georges.
address.
I am a New Hampshire resident for the past 30 years. My mom kind of took half of my story, but I'm going to explain it in the best way that I can possibly, for you guys to understand where I'm coming from it. In 3rd grade, I found out I was black. Not from my mom, knowing that my mom is African, knowing that my dad is Haitian, not from my household or from my family. In 3rd grade, I found out I was black from a student who pointed it out. my teacher, obviously I looked around the room and I was like, oh, wow, I'm Black. And so happened to be that day we were learning about Martin Luther King and all that beautifulness, right? So a student took it upon themselves in third grade, a third grader, that the next following day, the teacher sat us all down and pointed it out to the whole group, singled me out to the whole group. I know how I felt that day. It's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Very unseen. Another instant, I was on my way to a Keystone event. We were doing a what's it called? Selling cupcakes, a bake sale at Memorial High School on Election Day. And I am 16 years old, and I'm pulling into the driveway, and a woman with her children inside the car, I guess, didn't like how I entered into the parking lot, and in front of a group full of Black and Hispanic kids, yelled out the N-word with her children in presence. Whether you guys like it or not, racism exists. It is here in this state, whether you guys like it or not. It will continue to be in this state, whether you guys like it or not. And unfortunately, it is a two-sided thing. Us as Black people and minorities, we take the brunt of it. So we have to sit here and say, it's okay, it's fine, it's all right when someone calls us out. And it's okay when someone has microaggression and then doesn't even notice the fact that they have it.
30 seconds.
It's okay. But what is not okay is that we continue with this. It's the fact that, yes, racism is a thing. Yes, our children are children, but yet they're going to grow up in a world where they need to know. They need to know it's not okay to call a Black woman aggressive or saying that she attacked you when she's simply just talking to you and she has a loud voice. It's not okay to say things like that, and kids need to know. Because one day they're going to be put in a position where someone who is going to look like me or look like a Hispanic person or look like anyone else that's not them and say, you did this. And then you guys are stuck as parents to say, I didn't teach my child well enough. Don't wait till it's too late.
That's a hard act to follow. My name is Sue Corby. I live in Ward 1, and I don't have prepared remarks, and I wasn't planning to speak. But first, I do want to echo the praise for this current school board. I've been here 40 years. I've looked at 40 years of school boards. This is the one that stands out as the most supportive, works hard, gets along, doesn't divide up. Not everybody always agrees, but those disagreements seem, from what I see from the outside, to be handled really well. And I, as a taxpayer in Manchester, I really appreciate that. Thank you. And I also want to support what previous people have said about, okay, we have a diverse district, period. Not only in terms of religion, race, ethnicity, etc., but in terms of body image, fashion style, lots of kinds of diversity and diversity of thought. Once you have diversity, you got to have inclusion and you got to have equity, or you end up, inadvertently anyway, you end up in divisiveness. Divisiveness needs to be countered, and through the kinds of things that can be done in a diverse group of kids, it can really work well. I've worked with a lot of kids in my earlier days, and they're really, my experience is that they've been really open to exploring each other's backgrounds, family life, and their racial backgrounds, ethnic backgrounds, etc., without diversity, without division. So if you have the diversity and you don't go for inclusion and you don't go for equity, my opinion is you end up in division and divisiveness. And I know you don't want that to happen. as a white person, I have not always felt comfortable learning about or hearing about past and present acts of racism, black and brown, anti-black, anti-brown acts. I'm not comfortable with that all the time, but as an adult, I can understand
30 seconds.
that it wasn't created by me, but it is my responsibility to do something about it now and in the future. That might be tough for kids, but if you have good training for the teachers, that's something that teachers can learn to handle. So if there are white kids going home and, having a breakdown, a teacher can handle that. The school can handle that. I don't think it's happening a lot, but that needs to be part of the training as
Time.
well. Thank you.
Is there anybody else that is present that wishes to speak? Yes, please.
Good evening. I'm Sue Hannon. I am an employee of the district, and I am the president of the Manchester Education Association. I just wanted to say thank you to a lot of people tonight, all of you on the board. Thank you so much for your hard work and efforts on the budget, on everything that's going on, and how to make it all work. I have been through many school boards in the last 20 years working in this district, and never have I seen one more cohesive and with the same drive and mission across all of you. So thank you very much. I do want to say that some things that have been said tonight were incorrect. Job descriptions were entirely reworked. And I believe it is still the rule of this board and the charter, although I would have to go look it up, that people coming up here should not be disparaging against any employee. If they want to do that, they need to go directly to the superintendent and have that conversation. So that should not be done out in public. That's rude. I think that our educators do the absolute best that they possibly can. They have unbelievable drive. They have curricula that don't allow them to let up for a second because you won't get it all in. They have belief in their students. They want to give their students the best education they can have so they can go out and be fierce and powerful, yet understanding and joyful. I believe that our educators are the greatest in New Hampshire. We do a lot of work without a lot of things.
30 seconds.
And I think it's important for us to stand together, knowing that our district is working their very hardest on all levels. And unfortunately, having to take some of those parts and levels away over the next year will be very difficult. But our educators are amazing. And they are the ones who put everything together for your strategic plan, for everything that you come up with here on this board. We're the ones who have to put it in place. So I thank you for your work and your dedication, and I hope that together we strive for better.
Sorry. Anybody else present wishing to speak?